Louisville came into its game with number 2 Florida State with something to prove. All summer long, the Cards said they had what it took to compete for an ACC championship, maybe even a national championship. Saturday was their chance to show their stuff. Head out to Papa John's Cardinal Stadium. The 10th-ranked Cards looking for their first ever win over a top 2 team. They wasted no time getting started. Already 7-0 in the first. It's Lamar Jackson on the ground. His second touchdown of the day. And how about this? The Cardinals have only beaten the Seminoles twice in 16 games. Up 14-0. Second quarter, Cards up 21-10 and not letting up. This time Jackson finds Jalen Smith, 4-yard touchdown. Jackson 13 of 20, 216 passing yards and that one score. Louisville up 35-10 at the break. Cardinals blowing it open in the third. Jair Alexander on the punt return. Jair Alexander, they're not going to stop him. 69 yards for the touchdown. Cards up 42-10. Fourth quarter. The final knockout coming from who else? It's Jackson. And would not go down. 47-yard touchdown. Jackson ran for 146 yards, scored 4 rushing touchdowns. 18 now for the season. That's incredible. Louisville wins big 63-20. Tom Lane and Eric Crawford have more on one of the greatest victories in program history. All right, guys, so a big win for Louisville and a tougher than expected win for Kentucky. Up next, how the Cats managed to power past New Mexico State. Kentucky expected to get back on track today against New Mexico State. What the Wildcats didn't expect was a shootout against a team picked to finish 9th in the Sun Belt Conference. A weird one at Commonwealth Stadium where they said 49,000 were on hand to see it. First quarter, no score. New Mexico State gets on the board first. Tyler Rogers to Jonathan Boone. In less than 2 minutes in, the Aggies are up 7-0. Bit later, the Cats trailing 14-7. Steven Johnson in to replace the injured Drew Barker. Finds C.J. Conrad, 87-yard touchdown. Johnson 17 of 22, 310 yards. Cats tie it at 14. Real rough one for the UK defense. Second quarter, Teran Taylor looking for the half-pack pass. Instead, takes it in himself. 35 all at the half. Cats in this one gave up 500 yards of total offense. UK finally pulled away in the second half. True freshman running back Benny Snell in for the injured JoJo Kemp. Fights his way in for the touchdown. Tied a school record with 4 rushing TDs. UK wins a shootout 62-42. Cats get their first win of the season. John Lewis has more on that. Thank you very much, John. Meanwhile, things figured to get a little easier for Western Kentucky this week. Fresh off a loss to the national champion Alabama Crimson Tide. Jeff Brom and company back to work today against the 0-2 Miami Redhawks. Hilltoppers happy to have a healthy Mike White back in as quarterback. He left last week's game with a head injury and didn't return. Third quarter, it's White getting back into form. Finds a wide-open Nicholas Norris. 53-yard touchdown. White 19 of 31, 268 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Hilltoppers looked like they were about to run away with it, but give the Redhawks credit. They battled back, end of the third. Watch this, off the hands of Brandon Leston and right into the arms of James Gardner. 70-yard touchdown, and Miami within 7. But the Hilltoppers had all the answers when it mattered. Fourth quarter, White to PRP grad Taywan Taylor. Taylor became WKU's all-time leader in receptions with that touchdown catch. Hilltoppers win 31-24. WKU now 2-1 on the season. Finally, soccer. Didn't forget soccer. Louisville City on the road. They needed to do at least a draw against St. Louis to clinch the number 2 seed in the upcoming playoffs. Why settle for the draw, though, right? Trailing 1-0 in the first. Kadeem Dakers off a nice bounce right to the back of the net. Louisville City ties us at 1 in the 38th minute, and they would go on to win this one by the final of 5-1, so they have the number 2 seed in the upcoming playoffs. And that's sports tonight. I'm Mike Lissette. Have a good night.